What's up, guys? It's been a minute. We are back after another event. We just were in Peoria. Did a little sightseeing in Chicago as well.
Fun, yeah.
Had a great trip, honestly. I had a blast. Chicago's just one of the best cities, I think in America.
Chicago's really cool. Yeah.
I loved Chicago. That museum?
I'm glad that you enjoyed the museum.
You didn't like the museum?
I hated Chicago.
I have so much ADHD. Or so much ADHD. That's a bad word. I have really bad ADHD. And then standing in a museum for 4 hours without being able to talk is murder. But I'm glad that you had a good time.
I had a blast.
I hated it. It was not cold enough.
Me and Sagar learned so much about India.
I wanted it to be 35 degrees.
And I was able to ask him about everything.
Me and Diego. Diego walked up to me and he was like,
"What? It's true. I did. I asked him everything. Yeah. We found out this place that doesn't exist anymore, and it's now Pakistan.
Well, yeah, that's cool.
There were some artifacts from there that was India, so it was really cool actually.
I like the European part and the Japanese exhibit. That was fun
and the
too.
art was insane. Some of the art was great.
Oh. The very entrance was cool because it was a Japan exhibit, so we saw all the plates and
that one room
statues.
with the standing statues too, and it was the scroll did a whole story. That was awesome.
Yeah, Diego took a picture in front of Anel.
Really?
That's his new Facebook profile picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with Chicago. It wasn't cold enough. The forecast said 40. It was 50 the entire time.
I will say, it did not feel that cold. It was nice, though.
Yes.
It was comfortable.
Perfectly fine.
I wanted to be out in shorts and a t-shirt, and it still was hot.
So anyways, we played in the event.
Yeah.
Wow.
We definitely participated in that event.
How'd you do, Evan? Talk to me. What'd you play with, and how'd you do?
I played Whitebeard.
Yep.
I won my round 1, and then my round 2.
Don't sell it though. It's just a little...
Okay, so during my round 2, I played against my opponent. I didn't get his name. I'm really bad with names.
Was it the one from the loss?
I don't.
The one with the card?
The one with the card.
That's what I'm gonna.
Hi, Clarence. Hi, Clarence.
Oh, he played Clarence around too? Zora player?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, he was a good player. He had a top 32 match.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's good.
He was a good player.
That's what I'm saying with
he what was it?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I had a blocker up, Dawn active, and then he goes Fiery Doll, Diablo Jumble, Attach All, Swing 16 for game, and I had exactly 16 in hand. Which sucks. A little upset about it, but it wasn't
just Whitebeard things.
It just happens, it wasn't the end of the world. As I'm reaching over to pick up my bag, I had noticed that a card out of my hand had actually dropped on the ground, and that card was enough to combo out.
And you for sure know it was in your hand, not in your deck.
Yeah, because that was the first card I searched that game, and then when I saw that was the card on the floor, I looked at my discard pile, and it wasn't in there. And it wasn't in my hand, so yeah.
So you're saying that your HDHD is what got you to lose
I have no idea how that fell on the ground. I've never once had that happen to me. I don't know if it accidentally fell on the ground when I because it was a card I searched, so maybe I put it on the table and then as I was putting my thing underneath, I might have knocked it over with my elbow or something, but I have no idea. It was really, really upsetting because that would have won me the game because he went full combo out and had 4 cards in hand. He had 4 cards in hand, 1 life, and then my board was 2 Marcos or 3 Marcos.
Probably good enough to get there.
Yeah.
My last life would have had to been Red Hawk.
It wasn't. We looked at it. I looked at his hand, and then his hand was 3 2Ks and a guard point, which he would have been tapped out, so he couldn't use.
So you could have got there.
Yes, I could have gone there.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Happens. Card games. And then after that, you pretty much dropped, right? You were just tilted.
I won my next round after that. I won and then during my round 4, I was really tilted, and then I just kind of threw it. Not to say that I still lost. I'm not going to say or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just was kind of done.
Tilted.
And then I dropped from the tournament.
Understandable. Happens. I was tilted as well. Started real hot, was 3-0 at table 7. And we have the biggest crowd fucking watching our game. Super awesome, super intense. I'm going against Purple Yellow Crocodile. And Law did not bless me. This was one of those Law games. I don't see Bonnie until I finally get my life, which she does not even attack my life until the turn before last turn of the game. Rightfully so. I mean, playing the right strategy. And I still can win this game somehow. She has no cards in hand. After I do 7k to lead, she combos out 2 2ks, no cards in hand left. 1 life left. Attach 3 to Nami. 5 goes through, obviously. 1 card in hand, 1 or 2 down up. Mm-hmm. So she has to get an event off that 1 life, and she got Arrow. Because I do Zoro 7K for game. And I had to play the Zoro that turn. Zoro was in hand, so... Yeah, it just happens, just card games. Mm-hmm. You know, she had the good RNG, and she played well enough to get there. Like, people always complain about, like, oh, I got sacked. But you know what? In order to get sacked, they have to make all the right moves to put themselves in a position to still win that game.
Yeah, you have to play to your outs.
Like, and that's exactly what she did. So I will not take that away from her. She played an incredible game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Purple Yellow Croc going 4-0 was already an achievement in itself.
You know what's the coolest part? So her and the winner, so Dexter and Julia, were next to each other in table 3 and 2 or something like that. Or in the end of the rounds. Like, that's so cool, you know. Husband and wife being next to each other, and then she plays Chris Sock.
So super cool. The only thing I hated about that loss was it was a totally winnable game because I had game on board. And when you're playing Law in a tournament of that size and for that duration, you know Law's going to fuck you at some point. Mm-hmm. So it's like I wasted a loss, if that makes sense, on a game that was winnable. And then literally next round, I had that Law game.
Could you have played differently to win?
Only thing I thought about afterwards I could have done is forced a Sanji down so I could start taking my life. But then on that turn before last, she could have actually probably just went for game and got there. Because she also played Rush Kaido. And Rush Kaido is a bitch. So she probably could have actually just won the game sooner if I Sanji'd. So I don't know. I just really need that card not to be what it was, honestly.
Ouch.
So it totally happens. But my point is, like, it was still a winnable game for Law. Mm-hmm. And, like, to waste a loss there hurt so bad. Because next round, I draw mono red into the mirror. Dude has, like, 3 Laws up. By the time I get my first one, and I hard drew it, don't have Bonnie. It's like, that's an L. And then right there, I was pretty much done for the day. I was tilted. I know when, I know Evan's about to agree with me. I know when I go to a tournament, I'm pretty much dismayed after I lose once. Like, it's definitely a huge bummer. Like, I am trying to go undefeated every single time. My deck list really reflect that. Like, I will play 1 card that wins me 1 matchup because it's like, if I see it, great. If not, then so what? It's like, it's not my deck anyways. Like, I will always go to try to be undefeated in every tournament I can. Yeah. That's the Pokemon player in me. That 1 tech card, you know what I mean? But in Pokemon, you can see them easier because you have so much draw.
You played the X and 1 deck, though, trying to go undefeated.
I did. I mean, I really did. But it worked. Someone did it. Like, I just wasn't that guy that day. But after I get 1 loss, I'm just like, I'm so bummed. Like, every time I've done, like, super well, I've gone undefeated every single time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that 1 loss, man, really just tilts me. You know? I'm there to try to win the whole thing.
No.
And we had this huge talk back. So it was like Fern, Sagar, Daniel. We had a bunch of homies in the car, Frankie. And we were all talking, like, what's your bar in this game, right? Like, what would make you happy to walk away with? And Fern kept saying, for me, it's top 16, because that tells me that I'm, like, super consistent and I made top cut. I said, but who cares? Like, at top 16, what do I care? What did I get by getting top 16? I mean, a white beard, ooh, cool. Like, I mean, that's just not good enough. That means there was 15 people better than me, possibly. Like, I don't know. 7 people better than me doesn't sound as bad. It sounds like a card game.
Well, it's like, a Luffy also, or Shanks.
And it's a serial card. Like, for me, it's top 8. Like, I want a top 8 every single event. It is not top 16. That is not the bar for me. I'm not walking away happy with top 16.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, unless I'm winning, I'm not going to be...
I mean, you said undefeated. I asked you the same question. You said, unless I go undefeated, I don't care. I was like, well, damn. Yeah. I'll give myself 1 loss because it's card games.
No, I understand that. But if I lose, then I sit there and I go, I could have been better. Even when that the event I did win, I sat there and I thought to myself, I was like, I could have been better that day. But that's just like kind of like the bar that I hold myself at, so that I can be the... I don't know. I put myself on a really high like stigma and bar of how good I need to be as a player, and then every time I make a mistake, I think to myself, oh, that, like, I shouldn't have won that game because I made a mistake that game. And that's how I perceive myself, and that's how the I become a better player because I scrutinize myself to that level.
I mean, it's really interesting too, because like One Piece is a game of fundamentals.
Yes.
One Piece is a very simple game. It's very good for beginners. Anyone can jump into it, learn it pretty fast. But what separates, like, at table 7, what's going to separate you that day is who misplays the least, who finds their winning count first, and who can pretty much identify that and take that road. Mm-hmm. And when you're at those top tables, you cannot make those mistakes.
No, you can't.
Like, and you feel that. You definitely do. And that's the fun, like, for me at least. Like, that's totally why I play the card game. It's totally the best part of it. But at the same time, it's like, you can definitely still, like, win a whole tournament and realize, oh, I misplayed there. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's healthy.
Yeah, it's just like, just because you do really well and just because you win, you shouldn't sit there and be like, oh, I have now, like, I am the best player ever of all time.
You reached the pinnacle.
I cannot get any better than this.
Yeah.
And the second that you are content with the level of player that you are, you're not going to become a better player. And if you reach a certain level and you're like, I'm happy at the level I am because this is how seriously I take this game and this is where I want to do and I just play this game for fun. And end of the day, it is a game that you should just...
And I'm not saying I don't just play for fun. I'm just saying I'm playing for fun. Okay, if I'm playing at home, I am definitely playing for fun.
Yeah.
I lose once, I'll fucking go to Epcot. Go drink around the world, have me a day. I don't care. Whatever. But when I'm traveling, it's a little different, right? Like you want to see more for your investment you're making. You're having a lot of fun already. Like Chicago was one of the best trips. Not my best trip for me. It was the first time I lost in Peoria in Swiss. Like definitely not my best tournament, but I still had a blast. Like that was like top 2 trips for me all year. Like Gen Con's number 1, and I didn't even do well at Gen Con.
You made money at least on that one.
Yeah, I got like 19th, and then but Gen Con was a blast.
Lorcana boxes.
Lorcana was a blast. Like everything about it, that Star Wars game was a blast. Everything was so cool about Gen Con. This Chicago trip is similar because we rolled 10 deep out of Orlando. Like that was really cool in itself. Like looking back, like don't get me wrong, rolling 10 deep has like its own headaches in itself. But at the same time, it was really cool to have.
It was more like we were 2 groups of 5 deep.
Yeah. It ended up working that way, but like,
just give me the eyes.
But like the night we went out and it was all 10 of us, like
that part was fine.
That felt really good. Like that felt really cool. Like, I mean, there's nights in Orlando we don't even do that here. Like all 10 of us rolling deep like that. Like that was cool, man.
That was cool. Yeah, it was a good time.
Just being able to take over each bar we went to, pretty much, you know, and make our own scene for it. That was super fun. It was a really good time.
Yeah. Alan could have really painted a scene, but you know.
Yeah. That was
could have climbed a mountain.
It was a good time. Anyways, we did have one person from our group that we went with do really well. Brandon placed 7th, playing Pure Beard. So shout outs to Brandon, you know. Clap for Brandon.
But also we had another what did Ricky place in?
Oh, and then Sunday was the online event. I had the audacity to think I was going to play in that after drinking till 4 a.m.
Yeah, Garrett.
I did not play in it.
Before we're going out, Garrett's like, guys.
Don't let him say it. Let you say it.
Can you look at my deck list, Evan? And I was like, Garrett, the event's over. And
you're like, Whitebeard's banned.
Yeah, I was like, you can't play it anymore. And he was like, no, I'm going to play in the online event tomorrow. I'm like, Garrett, we're in Chicago right now, and we're going to go out till like 3... I think we were out till 5 in the morning that night.
It was super late because the time changed as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, not only that, we were out during the time change. So
and all the clubs stayed open, like, for the time change.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't shut down, like, what would have been there 3 a.m. But it's like they went with it. And they did an extra hour, and it was balling.
That was good, actually.
Yeah.
And then after the bar we were at closed, we found another bar that closed at 5 a.m.
The piano bar?
And we went to this... Oh, yeah, it was cool. There's this old guy playing a piano, and he was like...
He was getting into it.
Yeah, he was really getting into it.
He played like Slim Shady at one point.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was faster than fucking Eminem singing that song, too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, it was a really good time. So other than that trip, though...
you were saying, so Sunday...
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Sunday, I was going to play, but I didn't because, you know, the previous night's activities. And then, but our buddy here in Florida, Ricky, super good. One of the best players I know. I feel confident saying that. He played Katakuri. He got a Shanks as well. So in the weekend, we got 2 Shanks from our group. So super cool to see. Always loving to see the success from everyone. And shout outs to Ricky. We did it for Brandon. Shout outs to Ricky.
Yes.
Really proud, really happy. And what else, Diego? What you got?
I enjoyed seeing your deck list for the Treasure Cup.
Oh, my deck list.
So, wait. No, let me backtrack to the story first. So, I wake up to shower noises at 9 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm in a room with Brandon, Ben, and Evan. I'm like, is Brandon taking a Brandon shower? And Brandon gets up, he's like, huh? Takes off his face mask. Oh, shit, not bad. It's Evan, isn't it? Yeah, it's Evan. Okay. And the last time Evan took a shower in Miami, we thought he unalived himself.
Unalived himself?
Because
Shower was crying.
it was so long. It was so humid. So then in the meantime...
It was 3 hours long, the shower. That is not cap. Trevor went in there to make sure he was still alive. It was not capped. It was 3 hours.
It was raining.
Yes. In the meantime, Ben tells me, hey, you want to see Garrett's deck list? Like, sure. It is a picture of the Deathling with white beard leader only, nothing else. And a physical deck list picture is a picture of a street.
Yeah.
It's like, can't get any participation? No, he's dropped. He has nothing. It's like, oh, shit.
My buddy told me that would be fine. He submitted it for me. He's like, just update it in the morning.
Ain't no shot.
Yeah, that's what got submitted. Never changed it, never updated.
All those pictures you had.
So just the highway was the deck profile of choice.
It should have been.
Wonder if I'll make Eggman with that one.
Could you imagine if all of us were like, it was just a photo of a group chat, and we're like,
It's us at night drinking.
yeah,
That
exactly.
would have been great.
Yeah, that happened. That was fun. The trip was great. Was great.
Way to really like lay down the worst generation name that we have in the community.
Yeah.
Where's everyone going? Didn't everyone get Top Cut? Oh, they went to Six Flags.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the trip
They
was
dropped to
when
go
we went to the
drinking.
bar on Saturday night and somebody asked Garrett for a selfie.
What? No, that was during the tournament.
Oh, what's oh shit.
Yeah, I wasn't out. But it was funny though. It was just the whole thing. The whole day was just really fun. It was cool though, cause like my buddy Cody, he texted me. He's like, "Where you at?" I said, "Man, I've been gone for 2 hours. I'm at the casino. It's like round 8." Peoria.
Casino was fun. Yeah, I made money there.
Fucking Diego.
I'm the only one that made money.
Did you hear that story?
Fern made money.
Diego's never played blackjack before.
I
Doesn't
played
know
a
how
little
to
bit in Vegas. a little
doesn't
bit.
know how to play.
Yeah.
Sits down, gets handed blackjack. Like first 2 cards, it's
Yeah.
like king ace, and then the guy just gives Diego his money, and then Diego goes, "I didn't play. How did I win?"
Yep. Yep.
And everyone else at the table for the last hour has getting fucking reamed. It was some bad fucking beats at that
Meanwhile,
table.
I came in
and then he
and
sits down and he's just like 21. And then Diego's like, I didn't do anything.
Diego's like, I like this
We're
game.
And then he's like, do I go like this or this? And then the guy's already handing him his money.
You already won. It was
Next hand, 21.
yes.
Back-to-back blackjack?
Yeah, back-to-back blackjacks.
No, it was back-to-back blackjacks and then at 20 or something else. I won 4 times.
Nice.
And then he asked me for $10. I gave him $10. He split his bet, doubled in, and he lost everything.
See, dice is my game. Fern and I played dice maybe 4 hours total the whole trip. I mean, we played dice forever. I love that. Craps is so fun. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then we also got news since our last podcast about a band. They were getting rid of our old man.
I want to say a funny
Evan.
thing about this. to finish the
Yeah.
thing.
Well, we're going to go in
Oh,
order in
yeah.
succession.
Yes.
They ban our old man. They ban Nami.
I don't think they can hear you.
They ban the blue bird.
The blue.
The
Oh,
peanut.
Marco. Okay,
Pineapple. Pineapple guy.
Yes.
Pineapple Man.
Yes.
Star Yoi. They banned him.
Can you slam that harder for Trevor over there?
What else did we lose? Is that it? Dadon.
Adon, Nami,
Banned.
White Beard Leader.
Ban. Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Ban.
Sorry, those were
Curly to
earbuds.
Dawn. Ban.
Oh, I'm sorry. Marco was limited
Nami.
to 1.
Yes. The 5 drop.
Ban.
Everything else was banned.
Marco.
So,
To 1.
And not just Newgate character. That was
outrage
Newgate leader.
happened because it was like 1 a.m. in the morning on like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. And people were pissed or confused and irate, whatever, all these emotions.
1 second, Diego. You're going too fast. Ban happens. What are you thinking?
Fuck yeah. Curly to Dawn's banned.
I hate
Same. That was my first reaction. Didn't even care about losing Whitebeard. I was so happy to see Dodon leave the game.
Yeah.
Dodon's one of the worst cards ever printed.
You can see it in podcast.
So
repeatedly.
also the first thing I saw, I did not see the pictures. I only saw the name list.
Okay.
So the first thing I thought was, wow, they banned 9-drop. And I was like, holy shit, they banned 9-drop. And I work overnights.
Yeah.
So this dropped while I was at work overnights.
Yeah.
So
This was like 1 a.m. when we saw it. We were all here.
Yeah, it was 1 a.m.
So I'm like at work and I'm like, holy shit, they banned 9-drop, Curly to Don, Nami, and Marco's at 1. Holy shit.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
like
fun.
everyone's exploding in the group chats. I'm going online and then I see a picture of Whitebeard leader and I was like, oh fuck, Whitebeard leaders, man?
Yeah.
God damn. I was not expecting him to ban that.
I think that part was a little bit of an overreaction, to be honest. I think the leader's a little bit of an overreaction.
Leader and yeah.
I think
I don't mind getting rid of characters and stuff, but I think whenever you have to remove a leader from
It
the
restricts
game,
gameplay.
not that. I just think it shows really poorly on the R&D departments. A leader is one of the most generic things.
That
in the
R&D department has done us wonders.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
You
not
can tweak
complaining.
ratios, but a
But-
whole leader is a different thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I just think leaders is a weird
Realistically, Whitebeard leader, I understand it.
step.
It has such a high win percentage, such a high showing in all the tournaments. It makes sense for
Yeah,
them.
it's so consistent.
Yes, it makes sense to want to get rid of the leader. I do think it's weird because they have all of this like they have the new Whitebeard thing coming out, so it like ruins that
Yeah.
for people.
Oh,
that
I'll
spend
tell you
money.
I
about that
didn't
in a
buy it because of that.
So I
Yeah,
fully
same. I missed
understand.
it.
Yeah.
I fully understand that. Next thing,
Dodon.
Dodon, 100% deserved it.
Yep.
Curly Dodon
Yeah.
Should have
deserves.
been banned when Radical Beam got limited.
That was my number one.
Curly
Same.
Dodon deserves
generic.
to be in the fucking grave, 6 feet under, without a doubt.
Damn, we're not a PG.
All right, this is where
And
people
I
are.
play Law when I don't play Whitebeard. But it needs to die.
Nami.
Now you can play Nami.
That was too much.
What? So you think Nami ban shouldn't have happened?
Yes, I understand the Straw Hat profiling's only going to get crazier when it gets further down the line in this game. But I think that's going to happen with everything.
Okay.
Right? Because right now, everyone's trying to buy the promo Uda film pack with Trafalgar Law 4-5 and the Beppo 2K because it's Heart Pirates. Searchable by the 3-5 Law that is used in OPO5.
Yeah.
Like, it's always... The well is going to constantly expand for every searcher in this game at all times. Nami will just always be one step ahead because it's the generic Straw Hat. And it's going to always be
No
the most
restriction
popular
whatsoever.
group in the game that's printed because it's the Straw Hat Pirates. That's who this story is about. Yes, Nami's always one step ahead than every searcher. That's what I will say for it. However, the well is going to grow for every searcher.
It's endless.
To a point where it won't matter at a certain point.
So, the way that I think about it is, I was talking to. So actually, before the hit came out, I was sitting down and I was talking to Sebastian Rizu. He was on one of our podcasts really early in, but he was like,
He commentates.
yeah, he commentates
Yeah.
like if you guys are
Going to Pasadena.
yeah, if
Same there.
you guys are familiar with the channel,
Yeah.
then you'll know that. I think
Yeah.
you have to edit that out because that's not public knowledge.
What is?
That
I
he's-
already posted it, bro.
No, it is.
Did he?
Posted.
Oh, okay.
Evan, I know things. It's okay.
I know things too.
There's a graphic on the internet.
Is
It's
there?
public.
Okay.
And Yang told me too, so.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because we are privy to certain
Evan,
information that
I
other
don't
people
say
aren't.
public things, you know.
I don't know. You're a
secrets.
Modella in.
I don't spell secrets, bro.
So he was like, Evan, what do you think needs to get happen for like the current meta to get fixed? What could they do to red that doesn't kill red?
That doesn't kill red?
That doesn't kill red but makes it fair.
Not Nami.
I said Nami to 2.
Lower it a little bit. Yeah, that's fair-ish.
2 might kept it alive.
Then you can play 2 alt arts.
Getting rid of Nami completely kills red, though.
You should not have gotten rid of Nami completely. I completely understand why that card.
I'm okay with 2 because it allows the other searchers to catch up, kind of like I said.
Yes,
And the well get bigger.
correct. Nami is realistically, I think that card should just go to 2 because of how powerful it is, but also like there's a lot of reasons why it still needs to be in the game. Just because Everything else has its searchers.
Staple
Also,
characters.
just as like a product placement card, you shouldn't be banning cards
So I
that
want to talk about that in a second
have
too.
so many printings and then it's coming out in that starter deck and whatever.
Yes. So with that, I want to ask you first about the 2 ratio for restricted. Does Digimon ever do anything but ban and limit to 1? Do they do like 2 and 3s too, or no?
That's more of a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, am I right?
That's more of a Yu-Gi-Oh thing,
Yeah.
but no, I've only ever seen them put
Ones
things
and
to
bans.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
That's more Bandai.
I want to know what Bandai usually does.
Yu-Gi-Oh's more liberal in the sense that they'll be like, that's a 3-0, that's a 2-0.
But
that's
the
Oh,
thing
no,
is
they have
in
3
Yu-Gi-Oh, playsets are at 3.
Yeah. So.
Right.
So, also there is very few cards that are at 2 in Yu-Gi-Oh. That's actually a really
We had
popular
Tengu at
thing.
one point as 2.
Really popular thing to do in Japan is to put things at 2, but in America I think there's like 3 or maybe 4 cards in the semi-limited, and one of those cards makes sense because it's like a card that searches for itself. So if you put it,
Bonnie.
no, it's like
No.
you can. It's Destiny Hero Malicious. So it's
Sack Malicious.
its effect is that while it's in your trash, you can banish it. You can remove it from the game and then grab a copy of it from your deck and special summon it for free. So by putting it to 2, you make it so that you can only do that effect once. Where if you put it to 1, the card would essentially
Would be
banned.
dead.
Be banned
Or
anyways.
tour guide. That's like Marco. Sorry, not tour guide.
Next-
Tengu.
Next point,
Yeah,
though,
Tango.
since you said Marco, that's a card that I don't think even needed to be touched.
I don't
to be
think
honest.
Marco needed to be touched. I
No.
understand. So
It's
when
generic.
I think Bandai went really hard on Red because people have been like asking for Red. Now, my other response is, and people are going to be very upset at me. I think the community was a bunch of whiny fucking bitches, and they should have accepted the ban.
Yo.
I think,
That's my take.
I think they were whining to even get the
I
ban
ain't sad.
happened. I'll say this. So I'll preface what I say with this. The ban got undone. It's only lasts for 3 weeks. By December 8th, ban's over. We get all those cards me and Evan and
And it's
Diego
irrelevant.
just talked about right back for OPO5. Here's
Alright,
what I'll
that's
say
good.
about that.
Okay.
We were whining. Well, I wasn't whining.
I was
The community was
The
whining.
community was a fucking
Was
it
whining to get to that point for that ban, right?
Yeah.
For a 3-week ban, what we now know is a 3-week ban,
Yeah.
essentially, which is, first off, a dumb-ass format. I was fine when it existed to be for the rest of time, in my knowledge. Fine. But first off, a 3-week ban is just dumb. We
Well,
only have online tournaments and 1 regional that's in person that this will be impacting. That's silly.
The only reason why it's 3 weeks though is because it got such a huge backlash. From
So
the
I want to talk
community.
about that.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
go back to that too. And then the complaining afterwards to once again reset the ban. Now, here's another thing with that second ban. Japan is still just working off of no Moby Dick,
And come on.
no Moji Kabaji,
Yeah.
essentially. So my thing with that is we might have always reset. When the list came out, I told Ben, I even bet a buddy in my chat, 100% this ban list gets removed, gets relifted by set 5.
It's pointless,
Huh?
man. Yeah.
You even said it on the podcast.
Yeah, we've even said it before, not on the podcast because we haven't done a podcast since the ban list, but there was no way they're going to keep Nami, a card that is constantly reprinted, a card that is in OPO5 as a very cool all art. There's no way they're going to keep that card out of the game, right? So that ban was always going to get lifted. I don't know if the complaining so much had to do with that.
I think it 100% had to
So-
do with it.
Maybe, but I
I'll
know
wait my
people
part.
in this game, and they told me, yeah, that shit's getting lifted.
Yeah. My thing is that everyone fucking complained about Nami getting banned because they were like, she didn't deserve it, and blah, 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 and I have all these expensive cards of her already, and she's coming out.
Welcome
and
to card games.
Welcome to card games. That very much seemed like
Yeah.
baby's first card game complaint to me.
Which,
Sorry
that
if
is-
it's the case.
okay.
You
I
know
fully
that Pokemon rotates every year?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I came from Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is like there was a. This was forever ago, but there was a.
Yeah, but you guys can still use Set 1 stuff in real
Yeah.
meta, yeah.
Yo,
There
that
was a
was-
format in Yu-Gi-Oh where the stuff got banned a week after because it was
yeah.
that powerful. Like
They
a
banned-
week after set release, they were like, "Our bad guys," and they banned it.
Who's my guy? I heard he's actually possibly a good card now again.
Who?
Jinso?
Jinzo!
No,
Yes!
yeah, no.
Jinzo's not a good card.
No?
No.
Once upon a
The
time.
only way that people would ever play Jinzo is if Labyrinth became the best deck in the format. But I am fully off-rolling right here. Anyways,
Yeah.
Nami as an individual card deserves to get hit. And you guys can't, like fundamentally, like, as someone who's played card games as long as I have, and has played so many different card games and whatever, a card that sees play at 4 of in the top 3 decks of the format since set 1 of release, and has the highest win percentage out of any
Not
card in
since
the
that one.
entire
Kid was
game.
the best deck. So it would only been 2 decks.
Kid was, but the thing is
Kid-
that
yeah.
Kid was like
Kid, Luffy, Law, 3 best decks.
Kid,
So
Luffy,
only
Law.
2 out
So
of the 3.
set 1 it was in the best 2 decks.
Yeah.
Set 1 it was 2
You're
of
saying of the 3. I thought you were saying the 3 best decks. Now
well,
it's
I'm
been
saying
in
right
there
now
for-
it was
okay.
best 3 decks.
You said
Okay.
since that's
But I'm saying, yeah, but since set 1, it's been in 2 of the best 3 decks. Set 2, it was in like 2
Strawbeard.
still
I'd
2
say
or 3
Strawbeard
of the
was-
best decks in the format.
Okay.
Set 3, it was in 2 of the best decks in the format. And then now it was also in 2 of the best decks in the format.
Because of a
So-
dominant color, too, though.
Now you
Yeah,
have...
and then-
Here's
Red-
my problem with Nami. The fact that Makino exists.
Yeah, that like
That's a huge deal.
Well, the set 2 cards made it busted.
The fact
Donnie
that
Makino.
okay, me and you are not Otama believers in Whitebeard.
No,
you're
we're Makino
Makino all
believers.
fucking day.
Yeah.
Why is that, Evan? Because when you can just throw down 2 of these people for 2 Don and swing 8K with a Nami, you're getting stupid value.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just dumb.
When best
The
Don, we can
fact
get
that
3K.
they gave the best searcher, and it's the same searcher as everyone else. I get that. Everyone who's going to complain,
but
in
it's
comment.
not this. Okay,
Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish.
yeah.
I get it. Stats wise, it's the same. Everything it does is the same. Cannot search itself. Yada yada yada. Body's better because it can research. Yada yada. Whatever. Not the point. The point is, as of right now, it has the best card pool.
that's the best card pool.
It has the best card pool, and not only that, it might have the biggest card pool. I would go out on a limb and say Straw Hat Typing is probably the biggest outside of maybe Wano. Because Wano has a lot of yellow cards as well.
Yeah, but Wano cards are also like not good. Oh, but no, but Straw Hats still have like.
Oh
they're-
yeah, there's a ton.
there's
I'm
a
saying that would be the
fucked-
only. I'm going off the dome.
Yeah.
I'm saying the only thing that might be able to compete with Straw Hat Typing is Wano. That's it. That's
And-
it. And tell me how many decks
size.
play Wano?
Yeah.
Oh, well, ask that again in set 6, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone's like bitching.
But that's
about
to my
this.
point, right?
Yeah.
Like searchers are always gonna get better in this game. Set 6, Momo's gonna be the best searcher in the game. I promise you. Why? Because Yamato's cracked.
Someone was like, Ezo comparatively is just as good as a searcher because it sees almost as much play, and I was like,
Doesn't see as many cards in the card pool though.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Nami has just in its color alone 4 searchable 2Ks. What other searcher has 4 searchable 2Ks?
Right.
That's the gel with white.
And within the same color too, because like you can make an argument about film, but film searcher not as good, and they're
Yeah.
spread out between colors. Nami has 4 Straw Hat 2K searchers.
Brooke, Usopp,
Brook, Usopp, Sanji, Luffy.
Sanjay,
Yep.
Luffy. Yep.
It has 4 searchable Straw Hat 2Ks within its same color.
2 rush cards.
The 1 4K,
Has-
1 cost.
How to get a third?
There's more
How to
than
get 4?
There's more than 2 rush cards.
Yeah.
Those are just the playable rush cards.
Yeah, 5 with the
Has
2/4 Sanjay.
has the events. Has some of the best events. There are so many Straw Hat, Red Hawk, Radical Beam,
the
Guard
new
Point.
Zero one.
Yeah.
Same
Bad
play in
Manners.
Zoro.
the
Bad
Zero-
manners.
Bad Manners, Diablo Jumble,
Jabba.
Jambe, whatever, Diablo Jambe. Like, and not to mention just down the road, there's going to be so many Straw Hat
Yeah.
cards that are coming out.
And I agree with you.
Zoro,
That was my
Rush
point.
Luffy.
The pool is always going to be bigger.
The pool is so big.
Yeah.
Chopper blocker. Like, that pool is so much better and more critical and then it's just used as an engine. Like, oh, I'm playing red, I can make all of my 2Ks Luffy or Straw Hat searchers and then just play the really good red events that are all just happen to be Straw Hats, and then that's my
I agree with you, but here's why I think that searcher needs to have the biggest card pool. And when the game works correctly, why I think it's fine. Let's go back to set 1. Okay? Luffy in set 1 felt like what a real aggro deck in this game should be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Red should be aggressive.
Should be super aggressive. Nami gave you the ability to do all those things.
Yes.
Where Nami became busted is afterwards. It became in how it was manipulated. Now, going forward, I don't think we're going to see that manipulation as much. That's my only point. I think we're going to look back and we're going to be like, oh, now Red has reverted to like that Luffy playstyle of OPO1, where it's like we're just aggro, beat you down, yada, yada. It's not like necessarily that the engine with all these 2Ks, yada, yada. That was more like Whitebeard specific, I feel, than it was anything else.
So... But my thing is like, if in the future we sit down, evaluate, and go, this isn't as good, or maybe all the other archetypes have caught up to this thing, then allow the card to get unhit again. But like sitting down and being like, man, I'm upset because I played the best card in the format.
Yeah, that's all whatever.
My best card in the format got hit, and that's the deck I play.
That's all silly. Welcome to card games.
Yeah, welcome to card games.
I'm with you. I'm just saying. That's my point. I think we're looking at going forward, and I think the OP05 meta and the OP06 meta is pointing towards these things, that Red's going to revert back kind of to what it always should have been, which was a really strong aggro deck like it was with Luffy. Luffy was a high roll deck in OP01. It could win any event, had good matchups across the board, but you had to see everything.
It's a well-balanced deck.
Because you can starve. You can starve Red. And Whitebeard, you can't starve.
You can.
And that's what topsy-turvy the whole format. Is that the best strategy against that archetype of a rush archetype will always be to starve it. That's just the best way. Wait till they have one card in hand, start pushing. Know that you can win on the next turn after this. Take 2 to 3 life that turn and then win on the crackback. You win the game. That's just how it works. But with Whitebeard, it wasn't that way. They have 12 cards in hand. Nothing worked. Yeah, you might have board, but they have 12 cards. Who cares? They can play down an ace.
A resurrectable blocker.
Like, that was the issue. Like, I think Red's going to be fine from now on. I really do. There will, and also, let me preface with this. There will always be a best deck in the format. You're going to hate a deck every format. Yeah. I promise you.
I will say, though, that the best deck in the format shouldn't be the same thing.
For 4 formats, I agree.
Yeah.
No, totally. But I'm just saying, some people act like, oh, you're, like, I've already seen the comments. You're mind-numbingly dumb if you just switch from Whitebeard to Katakuri. That's all you can do is play the meta decks, you meta sheep, and all this shit. It's like, no, dude, sometimes people play the best decks because they want to be one of the best.
Yeah.
They want to
it's
play
like sports.
The best.
You play the best formation. You
Congratulations.
Play the best
you played Iceberg at a regional and you beat Orange Samurai.
Wow. So are you done talking so I can talk?
Oh.
You don't stop talking, so I'm waiting for you to finish. I'm being polite.
Well, I just figured the audience would want to hear someone talk.
The audience is loving this.
I don't care. I had fun. I had a great time. I streamed the event.
I'm happy you streamed it.
Yeah. Happy for you to get a great time.
I didn't have a good time, Diego.
That's unfortunate. Skill issue. Anyways.
So, is that your entire life then, just a skill issue?
No, that's yours. Okay, so for the ban list, one thing I wanted to say, because you wouldn't stop talking, was that first of all,
imagine, like,
one of the first complaints of the ban list was that those cards that were hit were being sold in Premium Bandai. And the thing is, those cards are cosmetic in value. They're for show. They're not meant to be, oh, this is going to be the one and only way to get it, and it's a meta card. No, that's for show. So that Rap Beam, Dadadan, Anami, it's for show. Now, people were upset about the Whitebeard Leader one. It's like, well, you can't even play that one, so that kind of sucks. No one bought that one, I think. And when it got too late, you couldn't refund it. But the thing with that is, I think one of the reasons why it got undone, it's because in Europe, they have some laws where, like, their business bureau is different, and you can't sell people product they can't use and stuff like that. So I think they had something to do with that, where, like, well, starter deck 10, it has Nami. You
4, right? I think a standard one comes with a 4.
You can't play that deck out of the box. Yeah. So that might have been a factor in that. It's also a factor that it's in OPO5 as an SP card. And then there was a lot of mean tweets in Twitter. A lot of mean tweets. So I think those are some factors. But I think Nami getting hit is a bit too much. 2 would have been fine. Because remember, this is a game that's been balancing the IP and TCG mechanics very well. So getting rid of the one card that's like a flagship card for the game is, I don't know, maybe detrimental to get rid of like the one of the mascots. That's my opinion. Like, the main source for Nami being too strong, what made Nami strong? Dadan. Dadan is what got your Makino, your Otama, your Iso, your Nami.
Dadan was not the thing that was pushing Nami over the edge.
I will say this. The Dawn and Makino naturally make every one-drop red searcher naturally better than every other searcher in the game.
And that's the thing.
Correct.
That's why I enabled everything else to pop off.
I just think Dadan should be banned no matter what.
Yeah,
Completely.
that's
That
fine.
card-
I am
That's
so
fine.
disappointed that card is coming back.
So my biggest issue with like this banning and the way
Yeah.
that people reacted is that set 5 could have rolled around and Bandai could have just sat there and been like, hey, we think Nami's fine, we'll bring back Nami. But
Whitebeard would have came back too, just like that.
But because everyone complained so much, they were like, our bad guys will just undo it all, stop yelling at us. And because of that,
It's still when Set 5 release, which is December 8th.
yeah,
8-ish,
I know,
yeah.
but the problem with that is that the problem card that was Dadan is now coming back because of
I
that.
know.
They didn't let the just progression of what should have happened happen, and now because that was a thing, Bandai is not going to fucking ban cards anymore because
So,
they're going
with
to
that,
be
let me
like,
ask
man, the
you.
community is going to be too fucking pissed at us to do anything.
Okay,
so
so-
we'll just let everything run.
With that, let
around
me
as
ask
it
you
is.
here. So, why does it make a difference if Japan hardly ever gets cards banned? And second of all, why does the undoing matter when in set 5 there's 3 top decks in that format and Whitebeard's not one of them?
Here's the thing, because it's not just about
Whitebeard
Whitebeard for me.
Whitebeard's
Or red.
constantly not a top deck in their formats until the end of the format. We have not seen the end of their format yet, and maybe Whitebeard could have been a top deck.
And there's also not that many high-level events right now happening. It's mostly 3v3s. The championship series that's over there, which is higher than flagship, there's not that many events right now.
Sakasuki won
So,
already, so...
that Sakasuki won,
Yeah.
and that was the big deal. And I actually think that deck's great.
It is. It's really strong.
I think
The
it's
removal
super
is
strong.
insane, yeah.
But my point is, there's
Yeah.
only been like 1 or 2 big events for that format.
So he's saying it can happen.
I'm saying anything could happen. I would not be surprised if Whitebeard ends up doing really well at Nats. Would not be shocked if it makes top 16 if it won the whole fucking thing. I don't know. Haven't tested it. My thing here, though, is that I really feel that in this game, and you come from other TCGs as well.
Yeah.
You know, you played Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while. You played some Pokemon. The thing here is that, like, with a deck like Whitebeard, yes, it was dominant. Yes, it was really good. But, and this is why, like, in Pokemon, I think everything rotates once a year. It kind of corrects itself at a certain point. Like, Whitebeard isn't the issue. The issue is the genericness in red that allows Whitebeard to be broken.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the
While
leader
green has
itself.
restricted cards.
Correct.
And it might not
Red
even-
is just such a pool in the sense that, like, I can be that generic and do that well.
Marco with the
the
Dawn,
the
knocking
Whitebeard
out.
leader itself in a vacuum
Yeah.
doesn't even read that well. Like,
No, it doesn't.
it is not.
Yeah.
It's the leader is not the issue. The problem are the cards like Dadan, Makino that will always be good. And my problem with this ban undoing itself is that I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
and this is what's annoying. I want to play set 5 so bad. I want to roll in there and face Sakazuki's, Purple Luffy's, Enel's. We won't have Green Uda at the time, but like everything
It'll
like
come,
that.
yeah.
I want to play against all these decks.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have to worry about some dumbass playing Zoro. Like that's a thing. Like someone will always do that.
Yeah, you-
And here's the thing: Zoro will never be bad now. Like you will always have Dadan value, Buggy value. These are generic cards. Makino. These are
Nami,
3.
Marco.
Those not as generic. I'm just going complete generic right now. Those are
Yeah.
3 cards that Zoro will always be able to use that are completely generic that no other color has cards like.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And one of them is a 2K. Like, that is so dumb.
Meanwhile,
I think
green and
Makino
purple.
should be banned. Like, get rid of Makino. Get rid of Dadan. Buggy's fine. But, like, those 2 cards is what makes Buggy a problem. Like,
I remember when people were like, Nami did nothing wrong, you should be banning Buggy. And I was like, Buggy is not the problem.
Buggy is not the
I
problem.
see so
Buggy
many
is
buggy
not
whiffs.
the
There's so
problem.
many buggy whiffs also.
Yeah.
It's not even just the Buggy whiffs, it's like, it's a non-counter card that sees,
Grabbing event.
grabs
Isn't that how you won the
Not a
game, you know?
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only sees play in fucking
decks.
A couple decks.
yeah, Zoro it.
Yeah. Ace.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gonna play
I
Ace,
said
you're
I
gonna play
said
it.
Dex.
Yeah. Hey, just
Zoro,
one?
couple decks.
Just one?
Yes, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like not as prevalent, not as
just not a problem. The point is it's not a problem. But Dodon and Makino are so fucking generic that it is honestly insane that they're just like, yep, Dodon's not a problem actually. We just, thought about this.
Yeah. I'm fine with Makino if there's no Dodon because Makino is not searchable.
Yeah. But Dodon is what breaks Makino.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Dodon. The second that Dodon came out, we've all been like, Dodon should be banned. When that ban list came out, and I was like, fucking Dodon is banned. Please keep this card banned. That card should not be a thing. It is too generic.
I really like the 5-drop Marco. I do. I think it's a cool card.
5-drop Marco is fine.
I think it's super.
That card is perfectly fine.
I think it's a super fun card.
That's what it's supposed to be.
My point is, I was willing to lose that card to get rid of Dodon.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Like, fuck it. You hit one of my boys. Don't get me wrong, but like, damn it, we got Dodon.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I feel about it. Like, Dodon is that much of a problem.
And we can't have nice things, and that card will forever not be banned because everyone cannot just...
You never know.
I mean, you're right. Yeah. You don't. Especially with what they've done so far.
No, because now the problem is that like...
And like, also, I don't think boat's that big of an issue compared to Dodon.
Bring boat back, baby.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Boat gang. Boat.
I will stand by.
Boats
That's still the most fun I've ever had with Whitebeard.
Yeah. Ripping Boat of Life is so fun. Yeah.
Hands down. Life, don't even care.
Every time you smack Boat in the mirror, and then they go, fuck.
Yeah. That's Jawbeard.
Yeah.
How's that fun?
That was always a good time.
Yeah. So we have an event coming up this weekend. It's the largest event
in
North America. It's a 1,500 cap event. Well, 1,516, whatever.
Do you fly out tomorrow?
I fly out in like 7 hours.
7 hours? Cool,
yeah, so that's gonna be a good time. Yeah, like I'm going with Andres to an Airbnb.
Oh, very cool.
And Clarence, the guy I beat you.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
congratulations.
It's a fun guy.
Well, so did Andres too.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah, that's how I met Andres.
Yeah. No, they're good guys. Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm gonna be there early as hell on a Friday morning.
From someone with no tops, but you know.
Wow. What deck do you have to top with?
What deck have you not been able to top with?
What deck have you top with?
Whitebeard. Congratulations.
Who made that deck? Anyways, so I'm gonna be there early in the morning. I'll be there all day. I'm gonna go to Project CCG and play on that OPO3 box / Rotama. I think it's a finalist.
It's a finalist.
And I'm probably gonna get that streamed on Twitch, so that'll be fun. And then I'll be going to the event on Saturday and Sunday, and I go back home on Monday. So good times.
I don't know where you're looking at me.
So with that, I want to ask you here, what do you think is gonna be decks to look out for on that event? The biggest event of the new format.
That's one thing I was hoping we'd get to.
I've been waiting for this the entire time.
The new tier list, mini tier list right here. We'll do one with the whole gang, but honestly, I don't know if there's a point.
It's only like 4 weeks.
Yeah,
anyways,
we might as well just skip to OPO5.
Yeah.
But
Can't wait for
honestly, I got 4 decks that I think are like the best. Katakuri, obviously. Film Kid. I think it's still super good. Nami, super good. Would not be surprised if that wins one of these regionals now.
That'd be dope.
You got rid of your worst matchups.
But
Law was
11
easily your
rounds.
worst matchup. Whitebeard was doesn't matter.
Oh.
I could see someone rolling that knows how to play that.
11
deck.
rounds. Damn, that's ballsy.
If you see the right cards too, and you know how to play that deck, like that deck has a skill cap. And then the other deck I was gonna say is another one with the skill cap. I'll give to Queen. I saw enough.
Yeah.
I saw enough.
No, Queen was fun.
I think Queen can get there. There's some feel bad moments with that deck.
Big bodies,
and one of them is
big
10-drop Big
blockers.
Mom. And if they see more than 2, I mean, just shake their hand. I mean, don't waste time because that game will grind. But if they see more than 2 big 10-drop Big Mom, that is a rough game. But yeah, I think those 4 decks are really the decks to look out for. I really think Katakuri is good. I think Nami's good. I think Queen's good still. Everyone's like, oh, Queen lost the red matchups and stuff, but it's just such a grindy deck that like allows for your opponent to misplay. And that's what I love. Like anything to incite my opponent to messing up is like, first off, the best feels good in card games. Nothing makes me feel better than making my opponent misplay and be like, gotcha, boy.
Especially when you bluff them.
Yeah, oh, I love that. The bluff, I mean, that's why I play Whitebeard. Like, the bluff is the best, bro. You slam Whitebeard,
non-triggers.
Nothing but no counter in your hand. And you're like, dude, if they go over me, they win. But they won't.
Dude, seeing like the beiges
Literally won 2
Rodez.
regionals off that strat. It's crazy. Like just how people approach card games is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's a concept for another day. But I think those are the 4 decks. Evan, what do you think? Give me your top 4. What do you think?
Queen, Katakuri, Doflamingo.
Doflamingo. Blue or green?
Green.
Okay.
That would be like my top 3 right now.
Okay.
I could see Nami, but I just don't think Nami's going to be represented enough.
And that might be the thing, for my point. Like, if Nami came out in equal numbers to Katakuri, Nami, I think, wins at least one of these regions.
I believe that.
Possibly, yeah. I think we're going to see a ton of Katakuri.
Katakuri is going to be the must-play deck.
I think we're going to see a lot of Doflamingo.
Probably.
And we might see, like, a fair showing of Queen. I honestly think right now Queen is the best deck in the format.
Interestingly enough, I'll put this out there. I played in the first event that was like of this format on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. It was Eggman's event. Top 6. I was 64. Cut to top 16. I played Queen. What won though was Kinemon. Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Going undefeated. So, and it was by a good player. But what do you think about that? You think Kinemon might have a place in this format?
It could be. It could be just people not knowing what to do or what to play.
Just
I definitely think Kinemon like sees a place in the format more now, but I don't
Yeah.
think like Red was the thing holding Kinemon back as much.
I do think it has an interesting yellow matchup in the idea that you can pretty much go for board the whole game, thanks to 4/6 Yamato,
Yeah.
and then just kind of like strip cards from their hand, and then pretty much just attack when you know you already have game on board, pretty much.
Yeah. I just really like Queen right now because I think that because Red was the thing that was holding that deck back the most because you could be so aggressive so fast before Queen can set up. But I don't think anything right now is able to do that to that level.
I don't know. I had a really good Wiper matchup. I think Queen did.
I think Queen had a good. I was talking more about Law and Zoro.
Oh, okay.
I was not worried
Law
about
was terrible.
Yeah, I like.
In my opinion,
Law and Zoro was the thing
I
holding
think maybe
that deck
Zoro, but Law I thought was pretty rough.
back. So because of that,
The chumps were so annoying too.
yeah.
Like, see, Zoro didn't have the chops. Like, Law, I don't think people understand that, like, Law doesn't win enough tournaments, okay? But one of the big bads of every format has been Law for a reason. That can just beat, okay, if they see the right 5, hell, if they see the right 2 or
Break my
3,
board.
they can just already win a game. Like, Law's the real deal. Highest ceiling in this game possible is Law.
In what regards?
As in, like,
Performance?
what they can do.
Yeah.
in a
I was
turn.
gonna say I was like highest skill ceiling is definitely.
Rebecca, by far. No, I'm saying, like, what they can do in a turn. Like,
Yeah.
dumb to be, like,
Yeah.
you just don't even feel like you get to play the game.
You're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it feels worse than Nami. Playing against Nami at times. I mean, it's, like, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you got, Diego? What do you think are your 4 best decks?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the revival of Law on the new 4-week list. So that'll be fun.
So you think someone tries it?
I think
I'm
Law is still fun.
positive people are gonna try it.
So I just played in a luxury gaming tournament before I came to do this podcast.
Uh-huh.
And it's in this new meta. I played Queen.
Yeah.
Guy played Zoro. That was his instinct to go with Zoro. Like, I'm wondering how much Zoro
Like
I
mid-range?
still see play. Because all they lost was the Marco. Like, he still played the Ezo. He still played the Bucky.
They lost
and
the
then he played
Machina.
4 Whitebeard
Or
Pirates
Curly
still.
Dawn.
And they lost Curly to Dawn.
That's a big loss.
Interesting.
So they lost 8 cards, essentially. Yeah.
So
it's
I'm
a big
saying
loss. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
But I thought it was
Category-
interesting that he played it. Like, I just wonder... Super small tournament. Luxury gaming tournaments. Recommend them to anyone
Check 'em
who
out,
wants
yeah.
to play webcam games. Super fun.
Yeah.
Small shout out. But my point is, like, that was such a small scale thing, and for the fact that this guy picked up and chose to compete to win a card, I think we're playing for like a Zoro Don, and chose Zoro.
These are price tournaments,
I just
so
thought it
people
was-
are serious about winning them.
Yeah, they want to
So
win
they
them.
were
You're
trying.
paying to play.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a $15 tournament to try to get this done.
So people are not messing around. They mean
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
think it's interesting
Yeah,
that
but my-
Zoro was still grabbed.
I think everyone's like people are still going to gravitate towards their favorite leaders.
Okay.
Like Zoro's it's just a generically good leader. Red's still a good color. Like people are still going to play it. I don't think it's like a meta threat at all. Red can always still wins. You have rush stuff. You have anti blockers. You have like I'm not saying red is completely out of the format. I still think law. I think you can. Play
I'm shocked you like queen as much as you do. Though I do too. I like it.
I think queen's like
super fun.
Queen. I love queen.
Super fun.
But
the reason why I'm saying I'm shocked is like you're a lot like me in the sense that you get bored in a game. You like aggression.
Yes, but so
you get super bored. I mean, you're not as noticeable as me about it. Like, I look like I am just having the worst time in my fucking life when I'm playing a real boring game.
I don't.
Or I know I won 4 turns ago.
I'm fine playing queen because I don't get bored when I'm like sitting there. Because first of all, with queen, I can be like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this card, and then I'm going to gain 2 life.
Queen has a pretty big skill check, by the way, in my opinion.
And then, I'm like, okay, I stack my deck this way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this. Like, there's, like, a lot of things going on.
Sure.
Even though, like, it's not going on board. It's going on in the progression of, like, the way I stack my deck, the way I'm thinking of the next few turns.
You know your play lines.
Yeah.
Like, you see a Perona or... I mull for it, to be honest with you. I mull for the Perona or Dofi. We play Perona. I know not everyone's on. I'm on 3, you're on 2.
Makes sense.
I'm big on it. I love it. It's a 1-drop. It's easy to get out of my hand. Play Katakuri, still use 1 for queen effect. Love that combo. It's so freaking good.
So, and then the thing that I hate the most is when my opponent sits there for 10 minutes thinking about what they want to do.
Call a judge.
I'm not going to call a judge at locals.
Yeah.
Not for...
Oh, at locals? No.
I went to a tournament at Leighton Gaming recently, and my opponent... I don't even remember what they were playing. Oh, they were playing Green Kid.
Nice.
I was playing Whitebeard, and they were playing Green Kid.
Oh, this tournament, okay.
And behind my opponent was the time clock, and I watched the time clock go down 7 minutes without him making an action. And after it hit the 5-minute mark, I looked at him and I was like, hey man, I'm not trying to be a dick, but literally 5 minutes has passed and you have not made a single action. I need you to do something.
Yeah. I mean, that shit happens. Yeah. I remember, I'll never forget.
The pre-release tournament?
Oh my god.
Bro, I don't want to talk about I forget about those. Those are the worst. You're going to fucking take that long in a pre-release, bro? I don't even care.
That one
15-minute game.
It's that one player. It was the same thing the first time we ever met in our Super pre-release. It was the same guy.
Ah, dude, my games took 5 minutes, and I'm waiting for the next round. Because this guy is just taking so... He's not even in the finals. He's not even in the finals. I already know who I'm playing in the finals.
A single bracket,
but we can't even start our game because we have to wait for it to be posted. And I was like losing my mind. Anyways... What I was going to say is, like, and those turns happen, and I don't mind when they happen when they matter. Like, I remember my regional run. I rewatched the stream afterwards because I wanted to see what, like, Eggman was saying, what I think Risu called, what Risu and Eggman were saying during my matches. And I remember them, like, making jokes because, like, I do my turn. I play super fast.
Yeah, we play fast.
I do my turn. And then... The guy literally took like 7 minutes. Whitebeard Mirror. And the 7 to 8 Dawn turn and the 9 to 10 Dawn turn are the longest turns in a Whitebeard Mirror. Rightfully so. You have to choose around that time how you're going to win this game. And you have to see it like 2 to 3 turns ahead. Because the game only has 2 to 3 more turns. So you're committing to that action at that point. So it's understandable. And at that level, I don't mind. But that's the cutoff.
Is that the one you won with the bluff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
with the bluff. Played down Newgate. I might have had 2K in hand.
Yeah.
He went for board and tried to drag it out. But, yeah.
So I
think, then Zoro in the final was just...
I think Phil might win.
Zoro. We had a really good Zoro matchup. Really good Zoro match. Nico Robin?
Yeah.
Busted.
It was super good.
You want to fire first on curve my Nico Robin? Go for it.
I played 3 Zoros, and they were all playing crosses eventless.
Oh, that one, okay.
During that day.
And when I won that region, I played 4 Nico Robin, so I saw it like almost all the time.
I was playing that too.
That was a good time.
It was a great time.
Yeah. No, so I think it's gonna be yellow Katakuri. It's gonna be Green Kid, Dofi, the green purple one, and like I said, Nami's not gonna get representation, but it's gonna do well, I think.
Yeah.
So someone's dedicated enough to bring it, it'll do well.
Like if someone like Jackson brings Nami, I have good faith Nami's gonna be at the top 10.
I don't think Katakuri's gonna go undefeated for 11 rounds, personally. I think that's more of a Dofi because it's like it's much more resourceful with its plays, or just kid going pew every time.
Well, in the States, Katakuri has still yet to win.
Correct.
It's been the Kaido.
I think
it's been like Kaido.
I think it's a telling point. I don't think Katakuri is a winning deck. Much in the same vein, Evan and I joke about Law. You can have some games where you're just busted. I mean, busted. Katakuri can do the same. Katakuri has 2 Thunderbolt in life. GG, brother. Thanks for playing.
It takes a blue kid for it to win. So Queen.
Now it's Onami in life.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
You know what's broken? This card right here.
Isoni.
Isoni. Asfern.
Yeah, he lost to Queen Isoni at regionals. Yeah.
No, but I think Queen is better in category.
I think Queen is better than
I think you have more control than Katakuri, and that's why I like it.
Always big bodies.
Queen plays more like a control deck, where Katakuri's
exactly.
an aggro deck. And it's more fun to play because of that reason.
The swing at 7 every time.
The problem is when I'm playing Queen and my turns are faster than my opponents. And that makes me not want to play the game anymore. But that's topic for another day, once again.
Yeah.
So, Diego,
Hi.
let's wrap this up. What do you think going forward? Are you happy with the ban, reban, non-ban?
I'm not happy
No
that
ban.
it was taken back that soon. It should have just been said at the pre-release announcement, hey, going onwards, pre-release on, these cards will be legal. Because perfect timing, because Nami will be in that set, so you can play it out of the box when you do your pre-release tournament. I think that would have been the most opportune time to announce it, that it's coming back. But ultimately, very long term, yeah, the red cards are going to hurt. But for right now, if we're going to see the top 3 decks that we've seen in Asia pretty much, I think. Always a chance, Zoro and Lo and Viper will do stuff. But yeah, I think taking it back so soon was a mistake. And the reactiveness of Bandai and the players was over the top, I think.
Yes.
And hopefully there's a teachable moment for both sides to just calm down a little bit. It's okay. It's only cardboard.
It's only a game. Why are you
It's
so
only
mad?
a game. Exactly. Yeah. It's shiny cardboard. Just enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What about you?
I loved the ban list, and I'm upset that the community has put us into a position where we can just kind of rage and get what we want, and it creates unhealthy relationships between us and Bandai.
In standards, like in general.
In standards in general, and I think because of that, Bandai is just not going to give us lists anymore, because this could have been a really cool way for us to evolve in our metagame and separate us from the Japanese player base, and also to just have cool and interesting formats, where now I think set releases are just going to come out and it's just going to be that.
Yeah, and I'll say that to Evan's point, which is a really good one in my opinion. The reason why I like the American games so far, and I don't know how much longer we can keep this, is if you haven't noticed, ever since set 2, we've gotten a ban in every set. There was a set 2.5. There was a set 3.5. There was a set 4.5. And every time we got those 0.5s is when the American metagame became its own.
Yes.
And not dictated off of what was good in Japan, what was good in this part of Asia, what was good in Singapore, yada, yada, yada. And being able to just have the freedom of
Just playing.
like I did after the ban list. Next tournament, I played Fornico Robin. That was not a thing. And Whitebeard. Having the freedom to try those things, do those things, and throw off your opponent with those things are fun. I will not be surprised if something random that we have not thought of yet wins this weekend. Would not be surprised, because even when I was playing Purple Yellow Croc, you know how many Purple Yellow Crocs I played against? 1. And it was the Ricky guy that won the Shanks this past weekend. I don't know what the hell's in that deck. I don't know what you're running.
Bro,
she
color
played down Kaido, and I'm like, I guess people like you play that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know people like you. No one plays Purple Yellow Croc. That has an advantage, is my point. And every time the ban list comes out in that next tournament, there's a real opportunity to be kind of spicy. So I'm hoping we see some spice. I'm sure you guys are too. It's the fun part of the game for me. And I really hope we get to a point where we are able to distinguish ourselves from the Japanese Asian meta.
Yeah. I would really like that too, but I hope that we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, because like I said, it's really what's been the enjoyment for me so far. Is like, I know there's always like a half meta coming, where Bandai tries to fix our formats.
I think your timing was bad, unfortunately, because of all the releases.
It was bad timing,
Yeah.
but not even that. It was just like, we could sit here and talk more about this forever.
Yeah.
But
That's not.
end of the day, thank you all for watching so much.
Yeah,
we appreciate you all.
Yeah, thank you for saying hi to us at the event.
Yeah. Oh yeah, at the events. Thank you
Yeah.
for everyone that came up to us. It was really awesome.
From the selfies to you guys are saying you watched to just everything. Like, it's so cool. I know none of us, when we started this, expected
No,
any
we
of
didn't.
it. We just really like One Piece, and we were like, let's do a podcast. And it's been fun. So thanks for participating with us. Thanks for talking to us. And thanks for even caring what we have to say. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
yep.
Yeah. If
And-
you guys like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
The usual.
Garrett just posted
Yep.
stuff about our Patreon.
Yep.
Hopefully we can start working more stuff on that. We are hoping to possibly maybe get like some merch stuff out soon.
Yep.
We're hoping to start trying to make more like frequent content other than just the every other week podcast that we've been doing. So
It's like it's just a cannonball going down.
Yeah.
Once we get one thing rolling, the rest can start rolling. So we really appreciate any support we can get, and each step of the way allows us to do more, like you're saying.
And
So.
you guys just continuing to support us shows that you guys want to see more content. So keep on doing that. Let us know, and let us know what you guys want to be seeing in the future.
Yeah, and also, I appreciate criticism. Let us know what we can do to get better.
Yeah.
If we drag these podcasts out too long, if you don't like the
That's
way
Trevor's criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like the way Diego talks, we'll go send him to English Club. It's okay.
Damn.
If you don't like the way Evan's mean to Diego, we'll send him to Polite Club. If you don't like the way I'm a drunkard, I will not go to AA. But
I think that is established that you actually do have a problem, Garrett.
Wow. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in Pasadena.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah.